Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Stand for the Fire Demon campaign, featuring the
Striking Vipers! We didn't actually talk about the timing, did we?
No, it's all right.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
There was a pause there right after I said that before you guys did it, where I thought that Ethan wasn't going to do it at all.
Yeah.
Which would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the thing, too, to be honest.
No, we're definitely doing it.
Striking Vipers.
Because Ethan just spent the last 5 minutes selling Bucky and Remington on doing this intro.
Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna go to bed.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go bed, guys.
I take nap here. Good night.
I've got my wizard robes on since I'm the rogue wizard. Ready to go.
I have a knife.
Oh, jeez.
That's not a knife.
That's a
a bigger
knife.
No, that is also a knife, yeah.
I pull out a
Actually,
different knife.
they're both knives, Remington.
Whoa! Hey, everybody, calm
Wait, that's
down.
not a knife. That's a knife.
Is that a cheese stick?
Yeah.
That's not a knife, and I pull out a fucking machete.
You pull out a greatsword.
That's not a knife. I pull out a Lego Dodge
That's
Charger.
not a knife. That's a comb.
That's not a knife. That's a nut button.
That's not a knife. That's powdered butter for your popcorn.
That's not a knife. That's a fork.
Sometimes
So
I
you
just
just
put this sometimes I just eat it, man. Sometimes it's just like, hold on, I gotta get a little bit on the hand here, and then,
Is that like a salt chaser after you have tequila or some shit?
Well, after I have my
Your Mountain Dew?
Sponsored and branded Zero Cherry Dr. Pepper, yeah.
Nice.
What would a
And I've
Dueling
got my.
Ogre's flavored Dr. Pepper taste like? Oh, god damn it.
Nut.
Ink came off of my
Nut.
tattoo.
All right, so the recap. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
I can leave.
We're ready to recap?
I think so.
When we last left our heroes, the military outfit known as the Striking Vipers, they stood at the small ranch of Dust Eye in the burnt remains of an ancient battlefield known as the Saltus. Dust Eye, a short albino dragonborn of significant age, stands presently eyeing the 4 robed prisoners at his feet. Cultists of Tiamat, captured in victory by the Vipers and taken from their ritual site in a nearby Our heroes, in a move of brilliant military tactics, strategically ran away and back to the ranch. Well, Dust Eye grumbles, motioning towards the bound prisoners. What do we do with them?
Well, if you give me 10 minutes alone with them. Oh.
Were we still muted the whole time?
Yeah, not the whole time, just some of it.
God damn you, Remington Hitchcock.
I know, I'm the worst. Do it again. Play it again, Sam.
When we last left our heroes, the military outfit known as the Striking Vipers, they stood at the small ranch of Dust Eye in the burnt remains of an ancient battlefield known as the Saltus. Dust Eye, a short albino dragonborn of significant age, stands presently eyeing the 4 robed prisoners at his feet. Cultists of Tiamat, captured in victory by the Vipers and taken from their ritual site in a nearby graveyard. With the death of their leader, whose body bled ectoplasm, a large ghostly winged serpent rose from the corpse and took to the air. Our heroes, in a move of brilliant military tactics, strategically ran away and back to the ranch. Well, Dust Eye grumbles, motioning towards the bound prisoners. What do we do with them?
Well, Dust Eye, if you give me 10 minutes alone with them, just like on the blood fields of Ishtar, I've gotten information out of many a POW.
I'll join you, Zosin. Together, we'll be able to intimidate the shit out of these guys.
So you have 4 bound cultists at your feet. There are 2 lizard folk, there's a dragonborn, and there's a human. And you've bound and gagged the lizard folk. The other 2 you haven't gagged, but you have bound them. I don't think you had said that you gagged them.
I'm gonna drag the dragonborn. Is there a separate room in this building that we're in?
You are in it's basically a shack. It's like a 3-room shack.
Alright, is there a barn out back?
There's a stable. There's no barn, but there's some chicken coops.
I'm gonna drag the dragonborn out the door by his shoulders, and I'm gonna motion to Bucky and tell him, grab that chair, Buchenwald. We're gonna need it.
What time of day is it?
It's like 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon.
Well,
is there a cellar to this place?
I thought we okay, yeah.
You guys started at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll go to the barn.
Brandon, is there a cellar?
Would there be a cellar in a shack like this, you think?
Maybe outside.
You're the storyteller. Like an outside entrance, like root cellar or
like
something.
Like a root cellar.
Okay, yeah, there's a root cellar where he keeps his roots.
Alright, we'll go there.
His taters?
No, like the band The Roots he keeps in the cellar.
You mean the guys that play for Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll drag him to the root cellar. And,
yeah, I'll follow behind Zoeson.
With a chair.
Keep an eye on these guys.
Tegan, and he says, "Is he gonna kill him?"
No, that seems unlikely. He knows better.
As I'm dragging this dragonborn down to the cellar, I'm gonna go, "Oh, buddy, you're in for it now. I take so much pleasure in interrogating our captives." Does he say anything?
He says nothing.
Oh, you'll be saying a lot more than nothing here real soon, and then I'm gonna like thunk, 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 dragging down the steps to the root cellar after opening it.
Okay, it's a relatively small root cellar. There's like rows of shelving. There's enough room for you to set up a chair in here and have like a little bit of room to walk around him. We'll say it's maybe like an 8-foot. No, 8 foot's very, very small. We'll say it's like 15 feet across, squared.
Okay. I'm going to pull out a torch and use my cantrip of fire and light the torch. Oh, okay.
I'm going to motion him to not do that. I'm just going to set the chair down, have you like shove the guy into the chair, and then I'm going to tie his wrists.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then I'll move around to the front, and like in the old detective movies where they like shove the light in the guy's face, I just pull out my hammer, Sun or Zud, slam it into the ground, and then the boom.
It is bright as fuck in this root cellar right now. The captive that you have, the Dragonborn, who is a green Dragonborn, his eyes go wide for a second, and then he starts to flutter as he's blinded by the light in his eyes.
Is he rolling in the night?
He's flying by night.
Oh.
Who are you?
I am a cultist of Tiamat. I have no name.
You have a name, don't lie. This is not the time to lie if you value your life.
He says nothing. He stares straight ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my dagger, which I got on the blood fields of Ishtar. It's made out of a minotaur horn on the hilt, and the blade is like a Bowie knife style blade. And I'm going to twirl it in my hands, roguish style, and say, I'm going to ask one more time. I either need your name or the name of your leader.
He watches you twirl the dagger, and his eyes, you can tell that there's fear in his eyes. And he says, my name is Call.
And your leader?
He had no name. And I swear that's the truth. He had no name.
I'm going to get the knife close up to his neck.
Roll for intimidation, and I'll give you advantage.
Okay. 1 second. Where are the dice in D&D Beyond?
That I'm not sure.
Are you on mobile or
Mobile.
top or bottom left or right hand side should be like a little dice symbol? I think you can click on that. Or I can just roll for you. I got your character sheet.
Yeah, just roll for me, please.
Okay.
With advantage.
I got a 19.
Well,
I got a
we'll see
rock.
about that. Oh my god, I haven't changed character in so long. Car.
Are you still Timanuk?
Oh, I don't have Zoason on here anymore. Okay.
Do you not have your dice, Ethan?
No, hold on.
I'll roll.
I don't have them on
has-
me.
I have an actual
I'm gonna
D20
go-
here if you want me to roll it.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get them in a second.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have the dice. I have the dice here. D20.
Okay.
You got a 16 plus your intimidation.
He's got it.
I got a 16 plus.
he's-
I get advantage too.
Yeah,
What do I
you
get?
get advantage, so just click it again. Because you might get better than the other
What?
16 that I rolled.
No. 16 plus what?
If you rolled it straight from the sheet, it's already added your charisma, which you don't have one, so.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I should
Well,
be doing this.
here's the thing. We are going to give you a chance to walk out of here alive, but you need to give us some information first worth your life.
I swear I'm not lying to you. My leader, he looks properly intimidated by the knife to his throat and the dwarf with the magic hammer. And he says, I swear to you, I don't know his name. He was just called the Eye.
Okay, and what have you done for the guy?
We've come to this graveyard. We were going to capture the paladin, take him, sacrifice his heart to the goddess of pain. She was going to come back through the Serpent King.
Huh. Why? What is the end goal? Once you summon her, won't she just destroy you like she destroys everything?
She would destroy me and I would go to the Dragon Eyrie and live in the Cave of Greed with her.
Cave of Greed?
He laughs despite the dagger at his neck and says, the Cave of Greed.
You cultists and your fairy tale afterlives. I'll
I've
tell you
seen
where
her.
I'll tell you where you're gonna go. You're gonna go straight in the ground.
I've told you everything. I know nothing else.
Bucky, handle this. I'm gonna brood in the corner while I let Bucky take a stab at it.
All right.
I want to roll for intimidation and just stare at him.
Okay.
Do I get advantage with Zosin there?
Yeah, you can have advantage.
Okay.
And don't you have a commanding presence?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that here. Why did you just do check commanding?
Exclamation point maneuver command.
I spelled that wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
that's commander strike. Oops. That's
Oh.
all right. You use the superiority dice. That's all that matters.
Okay. And what do I need to do anything else for that?
I don't
Commanding
remember what
presence
commanding
does what?
I have to roll
presence
5d8.
is.
Wait.
No, you have 5d8 superiority dice.
Okay. Commanding presence.
You roll an
I
extra
want
D8.
superiority die. Okay.
Let me fill up my drink while you're figuring that out.
Okay. I get to roll 1d8. Then I add that to the 14.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Huh?
You did check 1d8, and
Shit.
that's not... check
That's-
intimidation is what you need.
Yeah.
So hit number 5.
Oh. I meant to do
There you
roll
go.
1d8. Should I just use that, or should I roll a 1d8 and add to the 14?
I mean, you got a 23 on that. What's the +6? Do you have a +6 in your intimidation?
Plus ticks to intimidation.
Okay, so yeah, just add your other, what is it, D8 to it?
Well, no, that's the thing. My 14 was the 2 advantage rolls. This just rolled another intimidation check for me.
It
didn't do the
take that
superiority
one.
guy.
That's the higher of the ones anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna just
And then just roll a
Damn it,
D8 and add that to the result.
I'll just do the 23.
Okay.
Well, I'll just say I used the superiority die. I'll make the note that I used it. I got a 23.
Nice.
And you're just staring at him.
I'm just deadpan expression, holding my hammer, just staring at him.
His eyes split between the hammer and you, back and forth a couple times, and he says, I don't have anything. Well, actually, I can tell you information. And then his eyes go kind of closer together and beady as he says this. And he says, I can give you information. If you free me, I have some very interesting information.
I don't say anything, I just take a step closer to him.
Will you free me for this information?
I bring my hammer from the side and just hold it in front of me.
Okay. He looks properly confused. And
We'll
then he
consider
says,
it.
When
Our
Zosin says
leader-
that, I shut up.
Our leader was Dust Eye years ago. He was part of the cult of Tiamat. He was the original Eye. We came to claim his heart. Tiamat demanded the heart of a traitor.
And will
I-
they give up, or are they going to come back for Dust Eye?
We've traveled a long way from Axidrecia. We are probably the last who will come to him, but I can't say for sure.
Axidrecia, I've never heard of it.
You have actually. It is
Okay.
part of the Jasmine War. It is where the Dragonborn come from. They were part of the Jasmine War against the Minotaurs that you fought.
I'm gonna just glance over at Zosin to gauge his reaction.
My reaction is I'm digging in my pack and I pull out this strange book bound in what looks like to be some sort of black distorted leather, and it's the Slod journal, and I'm gonna open up the book in front of his face. It says Mind Effects, Slod Journal, Insanity, and I'm gonna kind of flash it in front of him as kind of like a torture method for a few seconds, see his reaction, and then shut it, just kind of like as a
As a mind fucking with him, pretty much.
Yeah, just to mess with him, and to the point knows that we have access to magic, and we could make this a lot more unpleasant for him.
After Zosin does that, I assume he moved up next to me now.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand my hammer to him. You take it. And then I'm going to reach behind my back, pull out a dagger, and then reach into a pouch, pull out a whetstone, and just start sharpening it.
What does the journal do to him when I open it up in front of him?
He leans in to read whatever it is you're holding up in front of him, fear in his eyes, and then his eyes kind of go wide, and he seems to like sway back and forth for a moment before you slam the book closed.
Yeah, slam it closed.
He says, I've told you everything. I don't know anything else.
And then once I do the knife thing,
he says the same thing. He seems like he appears that he's tapped out of information.
Okay.
If he's lying to you, you would need to roll an insight at this point.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I roll with advantage. If that's okay with the DM.
No, insight is its own thing.
Okay.
So help each
could I
other
roll
with-
2 or?
Yeah, you can roll as well.
Okay.
I got a 13 plus.
I got a 21.
Ooh, nice. I got a 13 plus 5, 18.
He seems scared, but he seems less scared than somebody who's being tortured would be. He almost appears like maybe he was a soldier at some point or is used to torture of some kind. Because while he is afraid, you guys are sharpening knives and wielding strange eldritch magic at him, he has like a level of cool about him still. But he also doesn't seem like he's hiding anything, Buckenwald. You pick up on that.
Okay.
Okay, real quick,
I'm gonna sheath
my
my dagger and put the whetstone back in my pocket, and I'm gonna look at Zoison, and in striking Viper's hand signals, I'm gonna just say, which do you want me to get next?
I'm gonna put my hand up as hold a minute, and I'm going to actually speak to him and go, so you were just a guard for them?
No, I was a member. I was one of the fingers.
What did you do before that?
I was military.
Were you? And did you wield what weapon?
I wielded a sickle.
A sickle? With which hand?
He pauses for a second, and you can see wheels turning in his head. And he says, the left hand.
Give me... Bucky, tie down his right hand.
I do so.
Okay, you tie down his right hand to the chair that he's on.
I'm not actually. Wait, I'm
time
not gonna tie it down. I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna take my hammer back and just pin his hand in between the chair and my hammer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the Bloodfield of Ishtar Minotaur horn Bowie knife, and I'm gonna go, all right, we can't have you coming back for us. And I'm gonna hold on to his wrist and raise the knife.
He's saying, no. I've told you everything. Please, please.
Now would be your last chance. I'm gonna raise the knife.
Could I roll something to see if, like, 100% genuinely telling the truth? What would I roll for that?
He's
Insight.
Okay.
Anything
I have to
about...
roll a new one?
I'm going to say anything about your cult, its organization, where they are based, anything. And I'm going to start to bring the knife down.
He says, we came to the graveyard because we'd heard about the Serpent King, Tiamat.
From where? From where?
From Tiamat.
No,
She
from
speaks
where?
through the
On
eyes.
from where on this continent? And I'm going to get closer and closer.
Not from this continent. Back home in Axidrecia. Nobody here really worships Tiamat. We're trying to spread her name.
Okay, that's fair enough. And instead of cutting off his hand, I'm going to... Do I know the symbol of Tiamat?
Roll a religion.
15. Religion.
ERB.
18 total.
18. Yeah, you know the symbol. It's a 5-headed dragon. Like,
Alright.
circle with 5 heads.
I'm going to draw a circle in his wrist and 5 little tiny
Okay. He winces as you do this, but also he seems like this hurts him less than it would, your average commoner person. He handles the pain much better, but he winces and he says, no, you're branding me.
That's right. And if I ever see this brand again, I will take your life instead of just some blood.
He says, are you going to let me go?
I'm going to take out my manacles and I'm going to manacle him to the chair.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take out my rope and tie his legs around the chair legs. And then I'm going to bring Bucky with me and leave out the cellar doors, shut the cellar doors. And then I'm going to take...
I miss anything important?
I'm going to take a stick and put it between the handles of the cellar doors, so we'll at least hear if he makes it out of there and busts out, and then we'll go back inside for now.
Okay. Hagen, you've been trading recipes with Dust Eye as you're waiting. Dust Eye is talking about the best way to make tea. He seems like he's very rattled, and him talking about making tea seems like his way to take his mind off of what just happened to him.
All right.
And he was stripped down to just a loincloth where they had him tied up to the big X. So he's put a robe on at this point, and he's looking around on the ground and he's muttering, where did I put that? Or did you guys hand him his holy symbol back? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gave it back to him.
Okay, so he ties the leather strap back together where it was roughly cut, and he puts the holy symbol back on himself. So if you have any questions for him, Rem, you can ask him.
So Dust Eye, how did they capture you again?
They came to the shack just a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed me. I tried to fight, but I just don't have it in me anymore. They took me, I'm sad to say, without much of a fight.
Age happens to us all, my friend.
He does a complicated symbol across his medallion.
And what are you doing there?
Just a blessing to Bahamut.
Ah. So, if I recall correctly, Tiamat is the evil dragon god and Bahamut is the good one, correct?
Correct.
So far as good and evil go.
Bahamut is pure good.
What exactly are these cultists trying to do? Do they believe what they're doing can summon Tiamat?
That's what they were saying, yes.
Huh.
I'm honestly not sure what else to ask at the moment.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm just gonna go back then to discussing. Well, I can see you're still rattled, so let's continue discussing tea. I happen to know quite a few herbs that make some really good tea, other than just tea leaves.
All right, so you guys continue on with your talk of tea for another 2 or 3 minutes before Zoison and Buchenwald make their way back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add, before once we got out of the cellar, I deactivated my hammer light.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk in with Bucky and look at Tegan. Tegan, it appears he's told us all he knows. They were definitely cultists of Tiamat, but I need to speak with you privately for a moment.
Of course.
I'll I'll keep an eye on the prisoners.
As you go to leave, one of the prisoners starts to snicker and then begins to laugh, like belly laugh.
I immediately draw bow, aim, and fire it direct. Is he sitting down?
Yeah, you guys have them bound. They're sitting down, and then they have their hands bound behind their backs.
Crisscross
Okay.
applesauce.
Yeah.
Is his legs are his legs crossed, or are they like up on knees?
His legs are crossed. He doesn't look. It looks like it would take him probably 5-6 seconds to stand up and run if he were to run.
As
All right.
Hagen draws his bow, I'm going to, like, I am holding my hammer. I just do a twirl and hold it toward him.
I'm gonna fire. Don't steal this from me, Bucky.
No, I know. I'm helping
I'm gonna
intimidate,
straight up,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna straight up just fire an arrow right at his right at the ground next to him.
Okay.
I don't like the creepiness of the random laughter.
Do you want me to roll anything, or do you just want to let it happen?
No, it just happens. You're an
Okay.
accomplished enough archer that you can shoot an arrow at his legs.
I mean, he has
Or
a badass tattoo
in
on his
front of his
face to
legs.
prove it.
Yeah, you
It's
are
true.
a badass.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to react to it at all.
Oh, really?
He looks like almost as if he's in a trance at this moment. And he continues to laugh. And then he says, he approaches. The Serpent King approaches.
We'll let him come then. Tegan, I'm gonna motion to a private area.
All right.
Maybe just outside the door even of the shack.
Be extra
Okay.
vigilant.
As they exit, I'm just gonna take my hammer, do a twirl, just set it on the ground in front of me. And do you want me to roll an intimidation to just try to intimidate these fuckers, or?
No, I mean, they're pretty intimidated except the one that's laughing. The one that's laughing seems like he's far gone as far as being able to even interact with him at all.
Okay.
The other two, this is the human that's laughing. The other two lizard folk are bound and their heads are just dropped down.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, and then
As we
Zosan
walk-
and Tegan, you guys head outside.
As we walk outside, I'm gonna shut the door and stand there. Tegan, it appears that our prisoner has disclosed to us the reason they were coming after Dust Eye. He used to be in some capacity affiliated with their cult of Tiamat. And they were after his heart. Since he was a leader, they were going to sacrifice his heart to bring Tiamat back. So as much as he seems like a nice elderly Dragonborn, he was once involved in the dark arts.
Well,
That's all I wanted to tell you.
everybody has the ability to change.
Of course, I just wanted you to know his past without us having to pry it out of him.
I'm more concerned, and as we're discussing, I'm also trying to keep like one eye out, one eye open.
Okay, it's starting
Making
to
sure.
get like eerily chilly.
Okay. Making sure that something doesn't get the drop on us. I am more concerned with the immediate threat of the chill in the air that is clearly unnatural, and the laughing idiot that we have back there who's channeling some presence.
I understand. As he's saying that, I pulled out my rapier of spell storing, and I am putting my hand along the blade with a red glow to imbue it with Thunder Wave.
Thunderwave, okay.
Isn't that a Pokemon move?
It is a
And,
Pokemon move. Causes
and-
paralysis.
No.
We might have a
Oh, man, I
fight
don't
on
have
our
Thunder
hands
Wave
here
on
soon.
here.
Soon, Tegan, if we don't get out of here. Do you want to take Dust Eye with us and leave the prisoners, or? I believe the laughing prisoner is telling the truth. There's something in the air.
I would say that the three of them are easily handled. I'm not particularly worried about taking them with us. They would just be dead weight.
Yeah.
Where you guys are
And
standing,
something else we'd have to worry about.
The chickens in the chicken coop have started to like bristle and walk around awkwardly and are making like bark, bark, bark noises.
With your permission, I'm going to grab the axe beaks and our bard friend, and we'll bring them over, and we can get out of here, whether with Dust Eye or without. You make the decision inside. I'm going to go ahead and get those ready.
Indeed.
I'm going to do it post-haste. I'm going to do it quickly.
Yep.
Okay. Mal is also with Lloyd the Bard. Mal is the young Dragonborn, the 15-year-old Dragonborn who came along with you.
Yeah. I'm going to have him come and get the axe beaks with us, the bard, and I'm going to carry 3 mil like a basketball.
Okay.
All right, real quick. I just want to jump in and tell chat hello to everybody who is watching.
Hi.
Hello!
We don't usually talk to chat while we're straight up in the middle of play. So we aren't ignoring you in the sense of like, because we're not paying any attention to you. We're just ignoring because we're trying to keep the game going. Every once in a while we'll take pee breaks or whatever, especially Brandon, and we'll look at chat and say hi to everybody. So hello everybody.
Hello ogres and welcome to another episode of Dueling Ogres.
Dueling
Featuring
Ogres.
the
The Striking Vipers!
Vipers!
Jesus.
Alright, okay, good. That was good.
Years.
I know you know Slappy. I was just
Zosin, you
telling
head
the other
back.
people who are new.
Do we have comments or anything?
Yeah, a couple of people. Toxic See-Through is one of Bucky's friends.
That's my brand.
Train 44 apparently knows you. I don't know who that is, Brandon.
It's probably Tonray.
Oh, okay.
We
Hey, Tonray.
are
If it's Tonray.
Oh, hey.
I'm-
From the
post-haste.
Nerds of the Galaxy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then
Sup?
Slappy.
Slappy.
Slap nuts.
Old slap nuts.
Oh,
I
slap
did that
nuts.
before I came back on camera.
gosh.
Ooh, ha, ooh, ew.
Ew.
I am,
Okay.
I'm like a quick run with these to get the axe beaks. I want to get them right now, so I'm going to go do that.
And I'm
Okay.
going to call into the oh man,
The
I
Buck
hate
and
it when
Wald?
he does that. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to call into the Buckenwald and let him know and Dust Eye as well. Dust Eye, gather your things. Buckenwald, leave them tied up. We're leaving.
Before he does that, I'm gonna closely study the 2 lizard folk because we haven't interrogated them yet. I want to see if they're giving any indication of any sort of worry or anything that would give me pause to halt leaving to interrogate them specifically.
These lizard folk have like chameleon heads. The lizard folk you've seen before have alligator heads.
Mm-hmm.
So these are also lizards, of course, but they have smaller, kind of more rectangular faces.
Okay.
And they are just heads down. I mean, they don't look like they're looking up, even with the laughter. Their mouths are tied, but they're not like chewing against the ropes or anything. They look like they've consigned themselves to their fate.
Okay.
And then you hear Tegan yell in and say, "Hey, Bucky!
Hey, Bucky!
We're leaving! Why are we always leaving?"
What?
Dust Eye says,
Oh man, I was muted through that. So
heard
the
you.
audience didn't hear it at all.
they just see you
Aw.
yell and scream silence.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
The chickens have started to go crazy at this point. They're running in circles. They've started fighting each other. They're balking loudly and making loud chicken noises.
Okay.
Before I leave the hut, I'm going to walk I'm just gonna slowly, and heavy-footed walk in front of the 2 lizard folk, look at them and say, Anything you guys want to say before we leave you here?
They have their heads down. They don't look
No
up.
reaction?
No reaction.
Could I roll to intimidate?
Yeah. As you're doing this, Dust Eye hustles out from behind you and out the door.
Well, that sucked. Got a 9.
They don't seem intimidatable. They seem like they know their place. They know what to do if they've been captured, is to just stay and do nothing.
Hey.
Dust Eye runs out to you, Tegan, and says, "We can make for the cemetery if you want. The mausoleum is sacred ground."
Even though I couldn't intimidate them, do I get any sort of vibe that they're going to be able to easily escape?
No, I mean, they look bound. They might be able to, with enough time, get out of their bonds, I guess. But they don't look like they're going to be able to easily slip out.
Okay. Once Dust Eye leaves the room, I'm going to slam the door shut and I'm going to stay inside.
Okay.
The fourth person that I've met who has Remington as my name, or as a name. Well, not
As
met,
your
but
name?
know of. Yeah.
I thought that was only John Jacob
We're live.
Jingleheimer Schmidt. Was his name?
We're
was
live.
his
We're live.
name too.
Oh.
Hi, we're back.
Hi, everything died for some reason, so everything just froze up.
Sorry about
so,
that.
Yeah. If anybody wants to buy me a new computer, that'll be great.
At least
You got to
new
show a
graphics
lot more
card.
skin for a new computer, Remington.
All right, but this is Twitch. There's only so much skin I can show.
Ah,
I just ripped my shirt off. Just
Like you can join the Dueling Ogres OnlyFans. Oh my god, I should totally make us an OnlyFans account just because I make us an account for everything.
And we could do feet pics.
Oh
Do
my
it.
god, yes.
do it. Dueling Ogres OnlyFans. Let's fucking go.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right,
The
so
dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
are we? We're good. We're good to go then.
Yeah, we're live, we're streaming. As far as I know, we're on Twitch proper. Hold on, let me pull that up and make sure.
Oi, we're on Twitch proper.
We're on. Oh god, I don't know what happened.
I had another friend say, "Hey, you guys aren't there." Oh wait, you're back.
Okay.
Hi, Paul. Sorry about that.
The goat.
Old Paul, the ghost.
Dragon palsy.
Old Polly. All right, so Zoison, you have gathered with the help of Malyugan and Lloyd the Bard, have gathered your 3 axe beaks, and I wanted to comment that last session you guys mentioned that you only had 2 axe beaks. I think what you were remembering is the 3rd axe beak had run away and you guys managed to recapture it.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I don't think I killed one off. So we're just going to go with you guys have 3 axe beaks, 1 for each of you. Tyrrell has taken to the air because Tyrrell is still here, I forgot, and says that he's going to fly back to the fort.
Tyrrell, wait. Tyrrell, wait. Circle high above us and see if you see anything approaching before you go. Give us a signal if there is something approaching. If not, we'll see you at the fort.
Hi, I'm Tyrrell. Totally the dude playing Tyrrell. And I'm going to do the thing that Zoison asked me to do.
So he takes to the air, and he gets maybe like 20 feet up in the air and then looks down to you and yells, "There's a big serpent coming."
All right, we're going to get the Jeff out of here.
All right, Tegan, you were waiting outside, and Buchenwald has closed the door. Dust Eye is with you.
Okay.
I'm going to yell out, "Let's go, Vipers, let's go!" Incoming.
You're
I
awfully
have
afraid
my
of this dragon.
Well, it's a dragon.
I'm holding my sword to the throat of these lizard folk, while also looking at the Dragonborn and human who's maniacally laughing in the corner.
Did you not come out?
No, I shut the door.
Yeah,
Oh.
he shut the door from
drew
the
my
inside.
longsword. We ever see you again, I will not hesitate to kill you myself.
Silence.
No looks of fear.
No, they look dead-eyed and
Sexy.
just silent. Dead-eyed and sexy.
From outside, you're hearing, "We're leaving you, Buchenwald," and I'm already on an axe beak with 3 mil, and I've helped Dust Eye get under one of the axe beaks. I don't know who he's riding with, but
I sheathe my sword and come out of the shack.
Okay.
And then I say, "Hey, 3 mil, since we have few axe beaks, fly me away."
3 mil. Zosin is holding 3 mil, and he's already started to head out.
God damn it.
Where are you heading to, Zosin?
well, I'm waiting on the rest of the crew, but we're getting out of here. But
Yeah, I mean,
was
you
gonna-
have. I'm not saying that you left them. You've just you've got 3 mil. You're on your axe beak. You're all set up, and you're
All right.
steering it to go in a direction. You can go towards the
Okay.
fort. You can go towards the graveyard with the hallowed ground, or you can go in a different direction wherever you want, because this is an open world game.
As
hallowed ground.
As I leave the place to say, we should probably let the, one second. What's the commander of the fort's name? I can't remember. We should probably let Captain Tima know about this.
Or
Hallowed
if the
ground.
thing is coming after us, then we should probably steer away from the fort. And also keep
fair.
old Dust Eye safe, because
Yeah.
if this is only a partial representation of Tiamat that is coming, and not of full power, she might need Dust Eye's heart to come fully into this world.
Is Mal-Yugan near me?
Now, Yugen is getting on an axe beak with Dust Eye.
I'm gonna hand the reins of my axe beak to Mal-Yugan
Okay.
and say, "Go inform Captain Tima of what's happening, and tell him where we're going."
Okay.
We need to at least let him know, because I know the convoy is supposed to be coming within the next few days, so we don't know how long this is going to take.
He steers the axe beak and takes off through the Saltus back towards the fort. So you guys now have 2 axe beaks, and
Be
Lloyd
careful.
has a horse.
I'm gonna, arm grab Lloyd and pull myself up onto his horse.
Okay. It's kind of hilarious because you have little dwarven legs, and Lloyd is riding like a big white regal horse. So you do a little leg kick as you whoop.
Well, I'm
Fucking
like
Lloyd.
the king of dwarven blacksmiths, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I just all of a sudden got real big for those britches. Did we disconnect again?
Did we? I mean, the stream is still showing up for me.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It says disconnected down on my end, so. Alright, as long as we're still live. Well, it says live and recording, but it also says disconnected down on the bottom right.
I'm gonna tell my friend, hey, friend who's watching of mine, text me if we stop going live. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Toxic.
Thanks, bitch.
Whoa.
Hey.
Unnecessary.
Hey, I've known him since I was 13. I'm allowed to call him a bitch.
Are you? I don't know if that justifies.
I called him worse, to be fair, so.
We're having this conversation while we beeline for the hallowed
Yeah.
ground, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So who is on what?
Who's on first?
Buchenwald and Lloyd are on a horse.
Who's
No,
on first?
what's on first? Who's on second?
Zoas,
I thought who was on first?
No.
Zoason, you have 3 mil and Dust Eye, right?
Yep.
Okay. Malyugan is gone. Lloyd's on his horse, so that leaves just you, Tegan, and there's another Axebeak. So you get to
All
ride
right.
by yourself.
Sweet. I'm all mount up.
All right, you guys head towards the graveyard. Roll a perception, whoever wants to try to find the graveyard. Because you remember where it is, sort of, but it was off the main path a little bit.
I'm
Or
a
is there
tracker.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. And let him do it.
Yeah, roll I guess a survival.
Yeah, I think it is survival.
I got an 18, but without adding, but I think he's going to do better.
Is he?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the wrong fucking place to put that.
Hey, is
I
all
put
we're
it in
doing is
chat.
traveling for the next few seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll BRB.
Do what?
Okay.
Oh, no, probably not. I put that in the chat instead of my... Okay, come on, computer. It's struggling so hard, apparently. Jesus Christ, I've never had so much fucking problem with it. Alright, I got a 17.
Nice.
Okay, so Zoason, you know the path. You can see where you guys traveled with the Axebeaks. No, you guys didn't travel without the Axebeaks. You can see the way, but Tegan is like, follow me. And you don't want to steal his thunder, so you allow him to take the lead, I assume.
Well, hell yeah.
Assuming I'm going in the right way.
No, you go straight into the mouth of the dragon. The
Oh, okay,
dragon
cool.
is like laying there with its mouth open, and you're like, this way, guys. Nothing here but us trees. All right, so as you guys, are you hauling balls on these things, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heavily riding through the Saltus towards the graveyard. And you see up in the air, in the direction that Tyrrell pointed before he flew back, a large winged ghostly serpent is quickly approaching you guys as you ride.
Man, can we haul balls check or what?
You guys are managing to stay ahead of this thing at the moment.
What does
But
it look
it's-
like exactly? By serpent, do you mean like full-on dragon, or do you mean like serpent without wings, or?
It has wings. It's like a long serpent. Think of like a Chinese dragon almost, where it has the smaller arms and legs. Although this one does have wings. It's not
Damn it, that
like
didn't
a
work.
typical Chinese dragon where they fly across the air without wings.
Okay. Well, that is bad. How big is it?
It's about 20 feet long
Whoa.
from nose to tail.
Wow, that's pretty big. How far away is it from us?
The cemetery or the graveyard is 10 minutes away from you guys. So you ride and you get to the graveyard.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the dragon?
Yeah.
It's coming up on you pretty quickly, but you think that you can probably make it to the graveyard because it's not like jet speed. It's like the speed of a winged creature. You guys had a pretty decent head start on it as it was flying and circling looking for you. It's clearly found you, but you think you can make it to the graveyard at full speed before this thing's gonna be upon you. Dust Eye says, we have to make it to the mausoleum. And you hit the graveyard and continue down the path, and the dragon is catching up to you guys. It's going to be on you in about 30 seconds. And you make it to the mausoleum, which is a big one-room, steepled roof with 2 columns outside of it made of stone. And the door is closed as you get there.
Damn. Trying to think. I don't have knock even though it's not magically locked.
There's a lock on the outside of the door. There's no lock on the inside. I guess there would be a lock on the inside. It's locked from the outside.
What kind of lock? Just like padlock or like barred door or?
It's like a hole on either side and then kind of a long latch that you can like flip up. It doesn't look like it was made to keep out intruders and looters. This is like a simple latch lock almost. You could easily, assuming that it's not rusted or anything, you could easily just grab it and like flip it up and slide it across and unlock this door.
I might have
is
telekinesis.
It fairly simple looking?
Yeah, this is like a simple latch lock.
I'm gonna go up and just hit it with my hammer as hard as I can.
Okay. Roll damage.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I have most of your spells.
Using telekinesis, Buckenwald or Zoason.
I have most of your spells, and telekinesis isn't one of them.
No, yeah, it's not. I was just looking.
Oh, just roll damage for my hammer.
Yeah.
You probably just have my prepared spells. You don't have my entire.
No, I went through your whole list on your character sheet. So anything that you don't have on there.
I'm swinging two-handed, 16 to hit and 14 damage.
Okay, so you swing your hammer down at this simple latch as hard as you can, and you not quite break, but bend the latch. Where it was straight and you would just flip it up, it's now bent.
Can we get through?
No.
God damn it.
Okay.
Can I hit it again?
Well, hold on 1 second. Time out. Would Misty Step allow me to get through to the other side of the door?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you're teleporting yourself to the ethereal plane. I think that the Misty Step specifically says you have to be able to see it.
Yeah.
But I would let you...
Is there a keyhole or something I could look through?
No, there's no keyhole. This is like a simple wooden door that's kind of reinforced. This looks like a pretty nice mausoleum as you're looking at it. The door looks well made, although there's no like carvings or anything on it. But there's no keyhole, it's just a latch.
Okay. Could we maybe strength it open since he's bent the latch, or what?
Yeah, I'll say whoever wants to roll a strength, you can roll it with advantage since you'll be helping.
I'll help Bucky out because I think his strength's probably bigger than mine.
I got a 18 strength with a +4 modifier. Because I am one buff-ass dwarf.
All right, yeah, so roll a strength check.
Me?
Or,
He did.
Yeah, strength.
He did.
Oh, did you?
Oh, no, you was just saying... I'm sorry, I thought he had said he got an 18. Never mind.
No, that's what my base strength is.
With advantage, because I'm helping you.
Just roll strength.
Yeah.
Check strength. ADV.
ADV.
Yep.
Hey, 23.
23. Okay, yeah. This is gonna take you guys like probably 30 seconds to strength this thing open. So, well, since you guys have got here on your axe beaks, Buckenwald, I assume you hopped off to hit the lock.
Yeah.
Or hit the latch. So you hop off, you realize it's bent. Zoason, you hop off of your axe beak, and the axe beaks are bristling and acting very uncomfortable as well. And you guys bend the latch back as this big ass dragon lands about 30 feet from you, perched weirdly on top of a tombstone, and it's absolutely silent as it lands and then stares at you.
I turn around and give it an intimidating look.
No, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to open the door. Fuck that intimidation shit.
Should I roll an intimidation?
You can, yeah.
You better get it a critical.
Well, the only reason I've been doing that is intimidation and persuasion are my highest modifiers. So
Yeah, but right now we just need to get away from this thing. This thing is
yeah,
not
but
gonna be
I feel like if I get like a
intimidated
22, I can scare this thing off.
by us. I
damn
doubt it.
I got a 13.
I mean, you're just assuming that the dragon that we're going up against is apparently a high level.
Fair enough.
It's a dragon.
So
Yeah, that's
you
why
can,
I'm assuming that.
you can kick the ass of a wormling for sure.
Well, yeah.
This thing's 20 feet.
Is
It's
it?
at least young adult, I would say.
I'm now that Simpsons meme. I'm in danger.
I'm in
This
danger.
thing is bigger by a decent size than Barbus and Erigmos, the green
Mhm.
dragons that you've met previously.
Oh yeah, from that Elven
just-
ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
that's a long time
I'm
ago.
showing my not afraid of anything trait.
Okay. So
I
what
give
are
a
you
really-
doing?
Go ahead. Grim.
I'm
Sorry.
taking up position to start firing on it if it takes any action against us.
Okay, so Zoason and Buchenwald, you guys are working on this latch to unbend it and force it over. Dust Eye is saying, hurry, we've got to get inside. And Buchenwald stops in the midst of moving this latch and turns and gives like a relatively intimidating look at this ghost dragon, but it doesn't seem to react at all to this. You guys force the door open right as this dragon rears its head back and then snaps forward like it's miming an exhale of a breath weapon at you.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm gonna
Are you-
say Shirak and get my displacement cloak out.
Okay. Are you firing an arrow at this, Remington, or are you waiting to see what happens?
I'm waiting
Sorry,
to see if
Caitlin.
anything actually comes out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
A wave of bones, very real bones, as opposed to the etherealness of this dragon, just in a wave around the ground.
Okay.
Uh,
Does it actually connect with us?
oh yeah.
It's not. The breath weapon is not made, it appears to be harmful. So some of the bones bounce off of you, but they're not like hitting you with enough force to actually deal damage. It's
Can I
kind of
roll-
weird.
Can I roll an arcane to see if he's like going to animate these, or if this is some sort of breath weapon that I've heard of from ghost dragons where they might animate skeletons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna roll like a knowledge
got
nature on this.
I got a 3, so I don't know, 3 plus like 4 or something. So yeah, no.
Yeah, you've never heard of this before.
I got a dirty 20.
And what is it you're wanting to know?
The same thing as Zoas, and like in my travels and in my studies as a ranger, have I ever heard of a dragon who does this? I mean, it sounds like a bone dragon, to be honest, but
No. Even with your 20, this is something that you have never heard of in your studies and in
okay.
your travels.
Okay. How many heads does it have? Does it have just the one?
Just the one head, yeah.
Okay.
And then the door is open as these bones are laying on the ground. And these are like big bones of humans and bigger creatures than humans. And there's like femurs and rib cages and skulls. This is just like a cornucopia of bones.
I love him.
Oh, great.
He's my favorite dragon.
Dragon Tales, Dragon
My
Tales.
favorite pizza place.
You're my favorite pizza place.
All right, so you have now forced the door open. It swings outwards towards you. You can see inside a room that's about 20 feet. And what would you say the size of my living room is, Remington? I know you've only been here a couple times. Would you say that's like 20 feet?
Yeah, roundabout.
For all the listeners at home and all the watchers on Twitch, it's the size of my living room. So I know that everybody who's watching and listening has been to my apartment and has seen my living room.
8 by 10?
Yeah, No, fuck you. This room's like 20 feet wide, 20 feet long. It's kind of a square, maybe a little bit longer, rectangular into the room. And it looks like a typical mausoleum. You see 4 plaques on the walls, 2 up around eye level and then 2 down around knee level, or for you Buchenwald, like chest level. There's writing on the floor. There are 4 pots, 1 in each corner of the room, with dead flowers in them. You guys are outside the mausoleum looking in, and the bones start to shake. Zoison, you have seen animated bones before, and these are definitely animated bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed that was what was going to happen. I call off to Zoison.
Yeah, me too. We need to barricade this door if possible. We can speak to the dragon through the door if need be. I'm going to turn to Dust Eye. This is hollowed ground?
Yes, this is a mausoleum dedicated to Bahamut. They tried to break into the mausoleum whenever they captured me, but they were unable to. The lock kept them out.
I'm going to bring my axe beak and another axe beak inside if possible and get them inside as well.
Zoison, you don't have mending, do you?
Brandon.
I do not.
Do you still have the lock from our earlier escapades in the winery?
I gotta pee again.
Yes,
Take a shower.
Quick question, Brandon, before you leave.
I do have
Are there
that
like
lock.
church pews or anything like that in the area? Anything made of wood, mainly?
Inside the mausoleum?
Yes.
No, the mausoleum has it's not set up like a church, it's just set up like
a mausoleum.
Yeah, like a typical mausoleum, just made to have graves in them. Or there's coffins in them.
Okay, but there's like no long piece of wood or anything like that?
No, this is pretty... It looks surprisingly well kept for how beaten up the cemetery itself looks, like how in disrepair the gravestones are.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get inside of this thing. Maybe the skeletons won't be able to...
I was just looking for something that I could like maybe jam in the door to keep it from opening.
Yeah. Well, I was hello, all-time Mo. Thank you for the follow.
I think I know that person. Morgan, is that you? If that's you, Morgan, hello.
My thoughts were we could use the lock that you have, Zoison, and hopefully that'll help to restore whatever divine magic might have been protecting it.
I'll toss that to you, and I have the key for that as well.
Yeah. We should see if there's a way to lock it from the inside.
Okay.
I doubt that there is, but who knows? We might get lucky.
It's possible.
All right, sorry.
You're good.
I threw Tegan the lock and the key to that lock that we had from earlier.
Okay.
And we're inside or at least I'm inside the mausoleum with 2 of the axe beaks and Dust Eye and 3
mil. Okay, Lloyd hops off, or Lloyd was on one of the axe beaks.
Yeah.
So he runs
he was on the horse
mausoleum as well. Oh, is he on the horse?
I thought he was on the white horse and I was riding with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
well,
that's right.
You jumped off the horse, though.
Man, I'm hungry.
Yeah, Lloyd hops off the horse too, and runs inside. He leaves the horse and runs inside.
Kevin was talking about Napoli's earlier. Now I kind of want Napoli's.
But it has feathers in the chicken wings.
It does, but I'm not getting the chicken wings because it's not a wing place.
And what are you doing, Tegan? Are you running in or are you locking it from the outside?
So, as Zellison goes in, he's going to check to see if there is a way to lock it from the inside.
Yep.
No, there is not.
Okay. Um...
What?
Yeah, I was thinking real hard on what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay, yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, real hard. I was trying to debate on whether or not, because my thought process is since we busted this lock, is it indeed going to still protect us? You know, is Bahamut's magic dependent upon being on the lock or not? I guess I could ask Dust Eye.
We could at least shut the doors and try and hold them.
Yeah. I'm going to ask Dust Eye that real quick.
You yell in and you ask him, will the magic still protect us? Will Bahamut still protect us? And Dust Eye says, I don't know if it'll hold up or not.
Because I do know enough about magic to know that sometimes when you break the circle, you've broken the magic. So, all right. I don't think that I'm going to be able to lure it away if I were to lock you guys in there to keep you safe. So I'm going to go ahead and run in, and we'll close the door.
Okay. Real quick, DM. The inside of this, is it completely windowless or barless, or like what's going on here as far as that goes? Like the doors even, are they just solid doors, or they have like a peephole with bars on them, or?
This is just one room. It is a solid wooden door into it. Then there's 4 plaques on the walls, 4 vases in the corners. There's no furniture. There's like a relief carved into the floor. The walls themselves are very well treated stone, almost with like a lacquer or something shiny painted onto them. And there's a relief on the floor with words written in cursive in Elven.
I'm going to read them.
They say, may you bloom again.
Well, yeah.
May you bloom again.
As you were debating whether you wanted to put the lock on the door, Tegan, these bones were continuing to form, and they're not forming like skeletal people. They're coming together in a large form, like they're taking a mass shape.
Okay.
Of some kind. And then you run inside and you shut the door. And do you have a way to bar it or lock it from the inside? Because there's no way that you can see to bar or lock it from the inside.
Is there a stone casket in here? What names that I forgot? Sarcophagus? There we go.
There's nothing sitting out. The inside of the mausoleum is smaller than the outside. You assume where the 4 plaques are against the far wall, behind them, like concreted in or treated with stone, or the wall was put up afterwards, there are 4 caskets behind. So you could probably break the stone where you can see the slight outline of where a casket was put in if you were wanting to like get into a casket or rob it or something.
Well, really, I wanted to just see if there was anything big and stone enough for us to 4-man team it to get it against the door. But if there isn't, then I'll just use my crowbar. And,
your trusty crowbar.
My trusty crowbar, and jam it into the in between the stone fittings of the door and have Bucky hit it with his hammer.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Just enough to jam it in there, not enough to like break stone or anything.
I hit the crowbar so hard it just shoots directly through the door.
Yeah.
And into the dragon and kills it, and we win D&D. Yay!
We are the wieners of D&D, yay!
Except for the Dread Wraith that you guys are about to fight.
Aw, crap, not a Dread Wraith.
Wait, I think we're high enough level for that now.
Dread Wraith's
Still,
in
that'll take
3.5
time.
or level 11.
Oh, okay.
Or CR 11, I think.
Gotcha. God, those things sucked.
All right, you guys lock yourselves in this mausoleum, and you hear a pounding on the door, and then from the side of the building and the roof, you hear a loud skittering, like something is climbing up the mausoleum.
I'm gonna call out, "What do you want?"
There's no answer, and it sounds like something is now curling itself around the mausoleum, like barring you guys in.
I'm gonna turn to Dust Eye. Dust Eye, what do we do from here? We're trapped like rats.
We'll be safe in here, at least for now. I don't know how we're going to get out, though. I know that there's some sort of magic here, and he touches his medallion, and it glows under his hand slightly. And he says there's some sort of magic here.
Can I...
We'll be protected.
Can I roll to see if I know what type of magic it is?
Yeah.
Elemento. Skills. What do I roll? Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
9
You can
plus 7.
roll an Arcana or a Religion.
Well, I think Arcana is higher for me. Let me see. 9 plus 7, 16.
Okay, so there is a feeling like an aura of reverence that you notice as soon as you cast, or as soon as you roll your Knowledge Arcana, and I assume you're using like cantripy stuff to sense magic as you're doing this as well, like not casting Detect Magic, but just kind of.
Right, yeah.
And you sense a reverence around you. It's some sort of magic that you're not familiar with. It feels like maybe more of a holy magic that you've sensed before when you've been healed and stuff from clerics. But as far as Arcana goes, there's some sort of magical suppression that's slowly killing the things around you.
Oh no. Is there any way I can dispel that by casting a spell of... Not dispel, but a spell of the opposite? Like, if we cast a healing spell or something of the opposite school to maybe try and weaken it or dispel it. I'm going to say this out loud to the group because I know Tegan can cast spells as well. It might be possible to weaken it by casting a spell of goodness, if we had anything like that.
The only spells that I have are Silence, Revivify, Beast Sense, Hunter's Mark, Hail of Thorns, and Cure Wounds.
I'm just gonna say, if this dragon breaks in this place, it's gonna trigger my flight or fight response. And I'm a flightless bird.
Buckenwald drops a sweet line.
I'm
Wow,
going
debatably
to,
sweet line.
I'm
Debatably
going
sweet.
to investigate. Ooh, I got an 18. I'm going to investigate the area and see if there's anything in here that might be useful or of interest, or
What does Toll
might
the
tell
Dead
us
do?
What Toll the Dead is a necrotic spell.
Okay.
But I am going to investigate the area and see if I can tell like where the magic might be coming from, if it's a statue or if there's anything that we could maybe use or find out where the source of it is, or just whatever you want to give me on this investigation of this mausoleum. I got an 18 plus. Let me see what my investigate is here. Plus 7, 25. Damn, that was good.
Do I
25
still?
investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is the carving in the ground, and as you're looking at it, you take the door itself isn't being pounded on, so you take a good couple of minutes to go over this room. As you're looking, there's 4 vases, like I said, in the corners with withered flowers in them. They look on closer inspection, these are jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reach out, do you touch them or anything, or are you just looking with your eyes?
No, I'm investigating hands, eyes, kind of like a search in the old school.
Okay. You see runes carved into the vases themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then the relief on the ground is like a big dragon in profile, which you've seen at this point on Dust Eye's medallion, so you can assume that it's Bahamut. And the words on the ground that say "May you bloom again."
I'm gonna.
Dust Eye.
Oh, go ahead, Tegan.
I'm gonna roll a perception for any like hidden doors or anything. Using my keen senses. And then I'm also going to suggest the writing on the ground says, "May you bloom again." It is quite possible that we have to grow something here that may activate something.
True. Dust Eye.
I may be able to... Sorry.
Go ahead. You may be able to what?
It's a long shot. Did you say there's like dead plants and stuff?
Yeah.
There's a dead flower in each of the 4 vases.
Okay.
Reverse gravity.
I mean, this would be a long shot for... I may be able to, like, roll an Arcana to use Revivify to maybe breathe some life into the plants. If they're not fully dead. And this is all just straight up, like, story, Brandon. Like, I know it obviously wouldn't work this way.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually assist him by going around with my flask and pouring a tiny bit of water in each pot as well.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and roll my perception real quick.
Okay. Was there something you wanted to ask Dust Eye, Zoason?
Yes, Dust Eye. Could you start praying to Bahamut for his blessing or any other help that he might be able to offer us in this dire instance?
Yes, I will pray to the god. And he drops shakily, not drops, but he bends shakily down on his knees in like a prayer position and begins praying. In Draconic to Bahamut, Tegan, he's saying quietly, very quietly as he prays. And Tegan, he's just in Draconic, so you understand because of the earring that you wear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These are just, they sound like verses to Bahamut from some sort of religious book. Nothing too stands out as particularly noteworthy.
Yeah.
Just typical religious praying.
Yeah. Just good
and you got an 18 for your
praying.
Perception to see what?
To see any okay, cool. To see any like hidden doors or anything that would stick out, anything that might give us some clues on what's going on, some good old-fashioned DM clues to help us out.
Hi, DM. How are you doing?
You think that with the see, I created this as a puzzle for you guys.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right, and that's,
see if you
that's what we're trying to do.
But
Yeah,
if we're just spinning wheels, then
are you spinning wheels though? Because you came up with a pretty good idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that
No, we're
idea is
doing
going to
good.
play out, then I'm down for it.
What did he say?
We're doing it. We're doing it regardless. We'll have to just
Yeah.
see what he says.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I
see-
somehow cast a magic spell.
okay, your dick falls off.
No!
It's the only magic spell you knew. You were taught it when you were 5.
Dang it!
This is the perfect time for my dick falling off spell.
No! That's only if I'm in an extreme emergency.
Like a lizard. Don't worry, it'll grow back.
Like a lizard's tail.
Remington, with your perception, you don't see any hidden doors.
Oh,
You do notice as you're looking around that on the plaques themselves, they all have the same date of death.
Mhm.
Dust Eye says at this point, as he notices you looking at them, because Dust Eye's praying. Lloyd is following you around and is helping you with the perception as well. And he says, "Hey, that's the date that the Jasmine War started.
The
These
Jasmine.
people must have died in the war." You
Refresh
also
my
notice
memory
that
on
the
the
plants.
Go
The
ahead.
plants in the vases are jasmine,
Mhm.
and they are withered, but they are not entirely dead. The runes on the vases seem magical in nature. They're not glowing or anything, but they seem to be magical symbols.
Okay. What are they written in? Draconic or...
Just magical runes. It's not a language, it's just runes.
Okay. All right. Zoason.
You did your revivify, right?
No, I
No, he
haven't
hasn't
cast
done
it
it
yet.
yet.
Do it. Do it.
Zoason, there are magical runes on these. We may
I
not
can
have
attempt
to.
to read them.
We may not have to waste a spell of mine, especially one so important, because that's how I would keep you guys alive if we get dead. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at these runes. Can I read them?
Roll
I
one
am
more
having-
Arcana.
Okay.
and then while he's doing that, what's our bard's name again?
Lloyd.
Like
Lloyd.
the Christopher.
Lloyd,
Dude,
tell
I'm
me.
killing it tonight.
Nice.
I got a 19.
Nice.
Nice. Lloyd, tell me
Nice.
about the Lotus War
The Jasmine
between
War?
the Fire Kingdom and
He
the.
takes a deep breath and starts to strum his lute. And then he sings you a little ditty about the Jasmine War.
Lloyd,
Okay.
shut up.
No, let him play. Because if there's magic interlaced in his music, then they may activate the magical runes as well.
Okay. 26 plus 19 plus 7.
So I guess you can use it.
These are runes of prestidigitation. Some sort of permanency. From your high arcana, you know that these runes, that prestidigitation can be used to cause all kinds of little effects.
Yeah.
But one of the effects that you can use is you can touch and wither flowers with prestidigitation, or make them bloom.
Okay, so can I do that?
Yeah. Do you want to do something with the runes, or do you want to go through and cast prestidigitation on the flowers? Or how do you
No,
wanna do
yeah,
it?
the prestidigitation. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You go around to each of the flowers and cast prestidigitation, and how do you cast it?
Well, the way I cast prestidigitation is I reach into one of my spell component pouches and pull out a black sand. And as I sprinkle the black sand, it kind of glints purple as it falls over it. And I chant in a very repetitive 3-word magical chant. It is something like Gardu Suta Kakatro.
Okay. You cast it, and on the first flower, and the flower kind of shakes for a moment, like it's fighting the prestidigitation cast into the vases themselves, and then the flower rises up and blooms into a beautiful jasmine flower. And you go through, and as you do this on each flower, you feel yourselves kind of building up and feeling more powerful, almost like you're being filled with the spirit of some sort of dragon god. And you go through, and as you finish casting Prestidigitation and blooming the fourth flower, the mausoleum that you're in shakes just slightly, almost like a slight earthquake you can feel in the ground. And then May You Bloom Again lights up in blue. Cursive. And then from the center of the relief, from the eyes of the Bahamut carved into the relief, 2 beams of light shoot up through the mausoleum. And they appear to go through, although they don't like pierce holes in the ceiling. They just appear to go through the ceiling. And then you hear the sounds of bones raining down upon the roof of the mausoleum and hitting the ground. And you don't hear a skittering on the roof anymore.
I'll go check outside.
All right, you pry the crowbar out of the door. It takes you a moment to pry it because of Buchenwald hitting his hammer into it and barring the door. And you see just a rain of bones, like the remains of a rain of bones on the ground, and you no longer see the Serpent King dragon. Where it was, you see like layers of ectoplasm on the ground.
Okay. It looks like whatever we activated cleansed the area of our potential foe.
Thank God.
Dustai finishes his prayer and says, I knew Bahamut would come through for us.
Oh, yeah, it was Bahamut.
Muhammad?
Bahamut.
Close enough.
Our resident atheist.
Even in the face of literal gods doing things in front of him.
Well, I mean, after what you've seen on the blood fields of Ishtar.
Fellow.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you don't get to say that.
Yeah,
no, Bucky doesn't get to say it. I get to say whatever I want.
Tegan, Zoison. Only Zoison can say that.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here in a moment. What do you guys want to do? It appears that you are safe as you exit slowly, and you guys were pretty cramped in there with your big axe beaks and your other creatures inside a 20-foot room.
Okay, real quick, I have 2 questions. Well,
Yes.
1 question and 1 action.
Okay.
We came to Dust Eye specifically for what? I forget.
You came to ask him about the Serpent King.
Okay, and secondly, I'm going to walk up to Dust Eye and grab him by the robes and pull him about 1.5 feet from me. And I'm going to say, look, old man, I respect you for the long years you've lived, but that was outrageous. They're after to get you because one of our prisoners told us you used to be a cultist leader. What is this all about? Who is the Serpent King?
You're looking at him in the eyes, and you notice one of his eyes is red in the typical style of somebody with albinism or albinoism or whatever it is, and his other eye is milky and looks like it was cut, like purposely cut, and it's almost like half closed. And he's looking at you as best as he can, and he says, it's true. I was an eye of the cult of Tiamat. I left Axidrisha when I decided to give it up and become a follower of Bahamut. I came here to spread the word of Bahamut on this great battlefield. The Serpent King is the spirit of the battle.
I'm going to draw my Blood Fields of Ishtar Minotaur dagger and go, why should I not give them your heart at this moment and be done with it?
If that's the way it ends for old Dust Eye, then that's the way it ends for old Dust Eye.
We've encountered many spies and turncoats in our time. Who's to say you're not one of them?
He moves his hands up slowly to his medallion. And he does the holy symbol, like a cross almost, over the medallion, and the medallion begins to glow. And he says, I have the faith of Bahamut now.
All right. I believe you. Forgive me for my gruffness. We've just been through a lot lately, and I had to make sure you weren't playing us for fools.
I understand. The cultists of Tiamat are forked-tongued and evil. That's part of the reason why I left.
So what's next? How do we get rid of the spirit of the battle, or is it always going to plague these lands?
It's plagued these lands. Well, not plagued. It's been part of these lands for a long time now. It's always been docile. It seems to bless us Dragonborn as we go to Fort Cavan and go to Reinhold Citadel, where it was the center of... Let the DM look at his notes for a second.
Excellent.
Oh yes, that legendary realm.
Of the DM looking at his
Legendary
notes.
role that the legendary
talks, take
realm
two.
of the gods.
The DM checks his notes. It was the site of the Battle of the Shattered Prism between the colored dragons fighting one another on this land. The goddess
What
Corellin,
dragons?
the goddess Corellin Lorathion met up to meet the dragons with her giants, and they fought. The
What
Serpent
became of the-
King, from what
Okay.
I understand, is the spirit of this battle, summoned from the Broken Concordant. I do not know if the spirit will ever truly leave, but I think that the cultists riled it up trying to summon Tiamat and bind its power somehow.
So how do we stop these cultists, or is there no way?
These cultists traveled far from my homeland. I don't know if there's ever a way to stop them. Perhaps if I had some sort of protection from the military. But I've lived in this shack for so many years now. 75 years I've lived in this shack.
I'm gonna look to Tegan. What do you think, Tegan? What do we do with them?
Well, if they're still after him, then we should offer him protection. If there's one thing we don't want, it's a evil dragon being brought to this plane. Further, I figure he'd be
Sounds
safer
good.
at. Further, I figure he would be safer at the fort.
So we take him back to the fort.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, you guys notice as you're getting ready and mounting your axe beaks and calming them, they seem to be a lot calmer, although they're still kind of skittish from what happened. You notice that the dead kind of brush and undergrowth of the cemetery has started to turn a little bit greener, like it's slowly growing back, or gaining its color again. And you guys mount up and put old Dust Eye on your axe beaks, and you head back towards the shack so he can get his stuff, and then you head towards Fort Cavan once again.
Before we leave this mausoleum, I'm going to take 2 of the flowers, like sprigs of the bouquets that have grown out as magic components.
Okay.
I'm not going to like empty a vase. Since I imagine they grew into bouquets, I'm just going to take 2 of them. They seem to be some sort of good or divine magic, and I'd like to use them as spell components at some point.
Yeah, you sense that they are very holy, and you get like a feeling of holiness as you pick them up.
I'm also going to, with my with my investigation around there that was high, was there anything else in here other than the flowers in the pots and concrete graves in the walls? Was there any items or anything, or no?
No, there was no items. Although, as you are heading out, if you guys aren't in a rush, you still see the bonfire burning from where the battle, or from where they were going to sacrifice Dust Eye. And in the ground, you see what looks like a shallow grave about the size of a chest.
All right, yeah, I say we dig that out. I'm gonna have 3 mil go and check it out. 3 mil, can you detect any metal under that pile?
There's metal. There's gold. There's magic.
Oh. Well, in that case, I have mold earth, and I'm going to cast mold earth and move 5 feet of dirt off of it.
Okay, so you wave your hands in the dirt and dusts off of this chest. And this is a simple looking chest with the symbol of Tiamat carved into the top of it. It's a simple wooden chest. It doesn't appear locked.
Bucky, pop that open,
Hello?
please.
I popped
could.
that open. Would I roll to pop that open?
You don't need to roll for it, you just pop it open.
Yes!
It is filled with platinum. There's a cloak in there, and there is a big stone waist belt. Like
Looks like it might fit you, Bucky.
Like
Can I use-
WWE style.
It's a cummerbund?
Yes, it's almost a cummerbund. And it is where the emblem would be is made of stone. This thing's fucking heavy.
Can I use my
Dra-
dwarven stone cunning to see if it has any sort of effect on like a stat or anything like that?
I can cast identify. I'll cast identify.
If I'm looking at it with stone cunning, can he get advantage?
He doesn't
doesn't
need
need
advantage for it. It's just a
Identify
spell.
just does it. It's a spell. I'm going to
I'm
actually,
trying to help, damn it!
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the belt up and reach down with 2 fingers and draw up and down. And as I do, a blue light is going to engulf the entire cummerbund World Wrestling Champ belt, and then a puff of smoke is going to identify itself.
All right, this is a belt of hill giant strength.
Ooh.
Actually,
So-
Bucky, this doesn't really do anything. I'll hold on to it for you. Sorry, man.
Can I tell
it's
that he's bullshitting?
I'm just kidding, and I'm going to throw it to him and say, this is a belt of hill giant strength.
What does it do, Brandon?
As long as you are wearing it, you have to attune yourself to it. So I don't know
Okay.
how many things you're attuned to yet.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, okay.
You have to
Well,
attune
you have
yourself
that
to
magic. You have that magic weapon.
No, I don't. Well, the light... I don't know what happened with Lightbringers. That came into my possession when me, Bucky, the physical person playing, was not here. So...
No, you were here for it. You just don't remember.
No, I wasn't. That was during my month of horrific depression and sadness.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
I thought Randstad gave it directly to you. But regardless, while you have to attune yourself to this. While you're wearing it, it changes your strength to 21. So all of your
Okay.
stats and everything based on strength raise up.
Does that include modifier?
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah.
Because if it includes modifier, I'm already there.
No, you're not at 21. You're at 18.
I'm 18, but I have a +4 modifier to my strength.
No, it changes the
Well, yeah,
modifier.
The
But
modifier is just for rolls.
Okay.
It would go
Yeah,
up to
modifiers-
6, I believe, or
mo-
5.
yeah,
5 or 6.
Yeah, modifiers go up for every 2 after 10. So like 10 and 11 is 0, 12 and 13 is 1, 14 and 15 is 2, 16 and 17 is
Yeah.
3, 18 and 19 is 4.
18 and 19 is
I have
4.
an
Let me go
18
grab my
strength.
book or my phone
20
because
and-
I have the rest of what
20
you
and-
guys got on that.
20 and 21 is 5. So you would have a +1 You would have +1 to your modifier while you're wearing the belt. So it'd be a +5 modifier to your strength. It's a really good magical item.
Yeah, for sure. Belt of Hill Giant Strength, and I'm getting ready to add it to your character right now.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
can you add that Vorpal sword to my character sheet?
Maybe it
Or is
might
that
be
a
one that I
homebrew
have.
thing?
It might be a homebrew thing, but I'll double check. So I've got it in your inventory, Bucky, but like you said, you have to spend an hour or two attuned to it, so you'll have to do that in
What does
your
it
own
do
time.
once I tune myself to it?
It does its effect.
Yeah, hold on. So changes your modifier to a +5. I mean, I imagine you're gonna fucking do it anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
activate
I
it.
probably am, but does it like
But
add
that's
a plus
it.
something to strength?
It raises your strength to 21, which gives you a +5 modifier instead of a +4.
Okay. Should I go ahead and add that to my screen, or if I refresh, will it do that?
You should be able to refresh and it'll do that.
Okay, refreshing. Inventory. Belt of Hill Giant Strength, right at the top. Freaking dope. Awesome. I have a 21 strength with a +5 modifier. We are getting through literally anything we come across from now on.
It's a +1 extra.
Yeah, but now I have a 21 base. So
Yeah, but the base doesn't mean anything. The base is only just to show, or just to provide the modifier.
okay. So like if it's like a basic thing I'd have to smash through, I'd basically just do it anyway.
More or less, yeah.
But if it was like a thing made of something that was really strong, I'd have to roll for it.
Yeah, you'd still have to.
Okay. Cool. I'm still a noob, Twitch. I'm a noob at D&D. So
which is totally cool, and it is definitely a thing to be excited about. I mean, like an 18 in strength is a lot.
Yeah,
You know, that's what makes
heroes.
heroes is they have those like massive stats that nobody else has. A basic like fucking everyday villager is between an 8 and a 10 in every stat, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find something Vorpal for. Was that a Vorpal scimitar?
No, it's a meat cleaver.
Hog splitter.
What's the what was the damage on it?
2d8. You might have to make it as its own weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a Vorpal longsword and just edit it, I think.
Okay, it's a +3.
I lean too far forward in my chair and about bust my ass.
Bust my ass.
Bust.
There's also a censer in there. I think they're called censers, right? Like the incense burners used for religious rites and things like that, like the Catholic Church uses. So it's like a small lantern about this big, and there's a chain coming from it, like a thin chain that you could hold it and kind of swing it as you walked with it. So used for religious whatevers. And 200 platinum.
Nice. Dude, that's awesome.
All right, so we're gonna end it here as far as it goes. You guys make it back to the fort.
We didn't fight the dragon?
We didn't have
The
to.
dragon melted into ectoplasm.
Yeah. How much platinum did you say?
200.
200. Okay.
That's amazing.
You can't override the dice?
What?
I was trying to... You can't override the dice on it, so... Something that does 2d8.
This guy's artwork is good. Viscount Terry W. Irvin II linked me to an artist. I want to commission art of our characters so Remington can incorporate it into the opening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking,
and
just
I can even
line work.
replace our little avatars in here too.
Yeah. I'm thinking line work, black and white, like kind of sketchy style, I think would be cool. I also think it would be neat to have different artists take it on. I just don't know what typical pricing would be for a line art drawing.
I mean, there's no such thing as typical when it comes to that. It's not like you charge by the hour, you just charge by the skill level. And then that's solely up to whatever the artist deems is appropriate for their particular skill level.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and say goodbye to the chat and everybody who was watching real quick. And then if we want to continue talking, we can do so.
Yep.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Thank you all, everybody, for
watching.
sticking around. Yep.
Thanks for coming in and checking us out.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. Same ogre time, same ogre channel.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Oh, yeah.
Zosin works next week, right?
Yeah,
Sunday.
I do. I work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So,
Well,
wait.
maybe-
I'll be off so I can play.
Oh, you can
Okay.
play next Sunday?
Yeah,
We might just start at like
6,
6:37 though.
Yeah.
The same time that we have
Time
the last
we
2
always
weeks
do,
anyway.
really.
Same ogre time, same ogre channel.
Yeah. And maybe we'll have Tyrrell here as well.
Yeah.
That would be
Hopefully.
nice.
Yep.
We could use the OP dwarven monk.
He's
I gotta
he's
get
a
to bed, guys.
not a
I
dwarf.
hate the
He's a
bolt,
birdman.
But
Birdman monk. Again,
Alright, thanks for
chat.
playing,
He's
Ethan.
OP as shit.
yeah,
Yep, we'll
always
see
a
you, Ethan.
blast, man. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, and then I will play the outro, and everybody have a good night.